I try to be positive. After a game like tonight, you start to question things. Is the ambition there? Is it certain individuals? Is it everyone? Is it a team thing? What is it? It's a tough video to make. And I'm sure that there are content creators out there that are laughing at me because I've only started, 4 months ago, 3, 4, 5 months ago, and they've been through much worse than I have. But a 5-game skid, and the latest being at the hands of the Anaheim Ducks. I'm just going to recap the game, guys, and let's talk about it.
And you're going to stop the play for a guy who's still conscious?
Well, another one of these nights, huh? And I was going into this one pretty sure that it was going to be a win, right? You probably thought the same. But the Canadiens are having some problems lately, and there's some injuries. Not to mention, the referees, once again, were not very helpful tonight. But we'll get to that. If you could do me a favor, please hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you as part of the community. We're trying to grow. It's tough because the Habs aren't winning anymore. Going along at a pretty good click there for a while. But I do these videos for you guys. I'm going to always do these videos for you guys. I'm having fun doing it. I just wish they would win. So we start where we always start. The lineup. No shockers tonight. We had Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Newhook, Doc, Laine, Anderson, Dvorak, Gallagher, Pezzetta, Evans, Armia. On defense, Matheson, Carrier, Jacky, Hudson, Struble, Savard, and finally Montembeault. It was announced earlier that Beck and Mailloux would be called up in the event that they were needed. They didn't use them. Kind of wish they had. It would have probably given them some sort of a boost. But Pezzetta played 6 minutes today. He's being offered more time, although he didn't capitalize on any points or anything like that. And 6 minutes is only a few minutes less than what Patrik Laine had today, but we'll get to that. So the puck drops, and it's very obvious what the refs want to see out of tonight's game. They want to see calls against Montreal and few against the Ducks. Laine gets smacked in the face, no call. It was an extremely obvious high stick. He was holding his face. They came up and smacked him. I mean, that's a high stick every day of the week, twice on Sunday. So that's okay. They missed one high stick. Nothing too big. Nothing to get too bent out of shape about, right? Caulfield gets high stick, very obviously, in the face. No call. But watch out. Brendan Gallagher is going to go alongside the boards. Zellweger is going to be falling down because he fell down and Brendan Gallagher was nearby. Guess what, Gallagher? You're getting a penalty for that. So he's going to the box for tripping. Wait, he's not going to the box for tripping? Why are they sending him to the box? For a cross-check, a phantom cross-check.
My head is well up here. Zellweger's already losing his footing here as he's going down the boards, and he's down. There's no cross-check there.
This is interesting. This is very interesting. There was no cross-check here. So this referee, you can't say that he's blind. He has some sort of a agnosia, like he doesn't recognize what he's seeing. I'm once again asking the NHL to please incorporate some sort of a report card system for referees or some sort of a test that they have to pass in order to continue with their, I don't know, like a referee license. I watched the New Jersey game earlier today, and I'm at least a little bit relieved to say the same thing happens to New Jersey. There was some funky calls during that game, and they did a very poor job officiating that game. So, it's not just the Habs. What's kind of great about this penalty kill is that the Montreal Canadiens score.
Puck at the line, maybe a shorthanded chance for Montreal. Evans waits, Armia, in alone, Armia, score!
That is Yoel Armia finishing. See what I did there? That great pass from Jake Evans. I think that's his second shorthanded goal of the season. Jake Evans, I think, leads the team with 3 or maybe even 4. Like, they're a great combo to get shorthanded goals. Not long after that goal, Frank Vatrano gets caught holding. I think it's a holding call. Excuse me, it was a hooking call against Kirby Dach. And on the subsequent power play, this happens.
Some sauce for Newhook. Across, one-time drive, loose in front, score!
Happy birthday, Devo. That's your 5th of the season, assisted by Matheson and Newhook. So it's 2-0 Montreal. How could this go wrong? Well, it all starts actually with what happens next. Arbor Xhekaj decides to fight Johnston. Yeah, Ross Johnston. He's been in the league for a while now. I hear about him from time to time. I never think too much about this guy. He's what? Is he like a fourth liner on the Ducks? Yeah, he's down on the fourth line. I'm just going to say this. Some of you might not like this. This was really stupid of Xhekaj. The defensive pairings are already kind of suffering. It was very selfish for Xhekaj to take this fight. Initially, I thought Johnston must have been the aggressor in this. He's going to take a instigator. He did not take an instigator. Yeah, Xhekaj shouldn't have taken this fight. Not to mention he lost. So you're giving momentum to a team that is down. It's just hated it. So they both take 5 minutes and we're back to the game, but not before Zegras blatantly smashes Josh Anderson in the face at the face-off circle. This time, the referees have no choice but to call high sticking. Nothing would come from the ensuing power play from the Montreal Canadiens, and in fact, their power play all night was cursed. The first line, there's something broken there. There's something really broken on that first line. So that's the end of the first period. The shots were 10-6 in favor of the Montreal Canadiens. Remember those numbers. I only have a few things from the second period and the third period that I want to highlight. First of all, second period, Harkins, is that his name? He lunges at Yoel Armia while he's against the boards, puts his face into the boards. Very dangerous. He comes off his feet. This is assessed for a 5-minute call. No, they're gonna give him 2 minutes. This is a very dangerous decision by Harkins to do this, coming up behind Armia and smashing him into the boards like that. If he would have gotten injured, we'd be talking about something completely different. So shame on the refs for this. Another point against the refs. Not only are these refs not doing their job properly, they're also going to get individuals hurt if they continue doing their job improperly. And now for the TSN turning point, Mason McTavish gets a tip in front.
John Gibson might get the start. Would have been his 500th game in the NHL, but he's the backup. Race shot, score!
It's now 2-1 for the Canadiens. And then like a minute later, Petrano gets a goal. When the Ducks bring the puck in, everybody just kind of stops moving. Nobody seems too concerned about defending, especially Line.
In cut, Strome back at beating front, score! Back to...
And that's going to do it for the second period. 16-16 for shots. So whereas Montreal got 10 shots in the first period, they're only able to muster 6 in the second. Oh, I forgot to mention, before they go to the dressing room, the refs are going to call a cross-checking penalty on Kirby Dach. Even though essentially like 2 minutes earlier, the same exact thing happened to Juraj Slafkovsky in the back of the Ducks net. You can't make this up. It seems like they're piling everything against the Canadiens. The officiating is absolute trash. Third period starts. The energy is still not with it for the Canadiens. They're still looking sleepy out there. But it's nonstop with the referees. Dvorak is at center ice. He gets his stick slashed right out of his hands, which is the best indicator for the referees to call a slashing penalty. But no call. And then Killorn would capitalize on 3 Canadiens that are just standing in front of the net, basically creating the best screen you can.
The situation right now. Here's Killorn. In, shooting, score! Killorn with a rocket ball!
And goes bar in on Montembeault. 3-2 for the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. And that's going to win the game. That's going to be the game-winning goal because Montreal tries to come back. In the end, they wake up a little bit and they pour it on with an empty net, but are not able to capitalize. The shots finished 23-22 for the Habs. That means they were able to muster 7 shots in the third period. Still not good enough. They need to be cracking 30 shots every game. And I think that is how I want to theme this video. Outside of the refs completely botching this game, you can't always blame the defense and you can't always blame goaltending. Power play 1 was awful. Line 1 was awful. You're playing a team that defensively has a lot of problems. Your top line should be providing a lot of offense. So in these games where they're getting 2 goals, that's not good enough. If you get 3 goals, I'll leave you alone. 2 goals, not good enough. I touched on it earlier, so I'll mention it, but Line, his compete level was not there today. And I think that Martin St. Louis saw that and benched him. He missed a few shifts. I could say more. None of it is going to be very positive. I'm going to leave it right there. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Sorry if I'm coming off heated. I'm a little heated. I'm disappointed with how they played today, but we'll get over it. It's going to make things tougher down the road. They're playing the Sharks next. They better win against the Sharks. But seriously, like the video. It helps me out with search results or something. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you. And as always, I'll see you down below in the comments.